Hello, beautiful soul. Welcome to Everything Within podcast. I'm your host, Lina Krasnožon. This podcast is all about empowering you to build an extraordinary, fulfilling life and tap into the limitless potential that resides within you. Thank you for tuning in today. In today's episode, we'll continue exploring my journey of self-discovery, career transitions, and entrepreneurship. Whether you're feeling stuck in your career or yearning to create a more authentic path for yourself, I hope that this episode will give you some valuable insights into your own life. I hope that you listen to the first part of this episode because here I won't be going into too much details about the beginning of my journey. If you didn't listen to the first part and feel curious, feel free to go and to listen to the part 1. Let's dive in. I finished the previous episode of my podcast on my graduation from the French university and the search for a full-time job. It's quite hard to find a decent job in France when you're a foreigner, when you don't know the right people and don't have the right diploma, as in many other countries, I guess. Nothing was easy and straightforward, and as I mentioned in my previous episode, after months of intense job search, sending hundreds of CVs and cover letters, going through dozens of interviews, one day a job opportunity presented itself when I stopped being so obsessed about it. I had a friend who let me know that they had an opening in their company for a position of an administrative assistant. So I applied, went through the interview and was accepted. I signed a 3-month contract. I was happy because back then I didn't think or believed that I deserved anything better or that I can find anything better than a trivial office job with a meager pay. Eventually, I was happy that the contract was temporary because during these 3 months, I realized that I don't really enjoy this job. I don't really like the mentality of people and their attitude, all the office dramas, and people who were trying to micromanage others all the time. So after 3 months, I decided to leave and don't sign another contract. It was my first serious work experience in a foreign country, and I feel so grateful for this opportunity today. Even though this experience wasn't perfect, it made me realize what I don't want and helped me to move forward, keep searching and reconnecting more to who I am. After leaving this job, I found myself at a crossroads again. For the first time, I began asking deeper questions about what I truly wanted from my life. It was a very hard time mentally. I needed the money and didn't like being in the unknown. I found some old notes from these days. It was 6 years ago, where I wrote that I wanted to do website design. It was just an idea, a thought. I didn't really believe that I could do it, as I didn't have any education or skills in this field. I had no idea how to actually make it happen. During this period of uncertainty, I stumbled upon another job opportunity. I was contacted by a man, a founder of his own company, who needed a person who will be helping him with sales. I did the interview and managed to get the job. It was a great experience. The salary wasn't huge, but I liked working in a small company alone because there were only 2 of us in this company. This experience was transformative. Not only did I learn new skills, but I also discovered that my multilingual abilities and eagerness to learn were more valuable than I realized before. It was a powerful reminder that our unique qualities often set us apart in unexpected ways. I never thought about it like that, even though I still felt a bit self-conscious of my accent when I was speaking French. I was learning to be okay with that. I was amazed to find out that it's exactly my ability to speak multiple languages, my motivation, and the fact that I had different mentality from the people my boss usually worked with that convinced him to hire me in the first place. It's another reminder to never estimate your skills and apply for that job you feel unqualified to get. Your unique combination of skills, experiences, and personality traits can be your greatest asset sometimes. Don't underestimate what you can bring to the table. I spent 1 year on this job and finished my contract right after the COVID started. During this 1 year, I ended up digging a bit deeper into self-development and learning really cool new concepts I knew nothing about before. I had a job, it was stable, I was secure, but I still felt like something was missing. I wanted more meaning, more purpose, more freedom. I couldn't believe that I meant to always work for somebody else and just be an office plankton. I by no means blame or judge other people who need security of a day job and enjoy working in the office. It was just never for me, and I have always knew it deep down inside, but the lack of self-trust, my limiting beliefs, didn't let me to be honest with myself and ask myself what I really wanted. I didn't believe that I deserved something more. I didn't believe that I could be something more and that I can create my own purpose. I saw nobody around me doing something similar, so it seemed like some unrealistic wishes from another planet. Can you see how it's you who decide what is possible for you and how your limiting beliefs and all the expectations of what you should be doing cloud your vision and limit you? Right after COVID, me and my husband decided to leave Paris and settle on the south of France. We wanted to be closer to nature. I saved some money while I was working, so I had a peace of mind and some security to figure out what to do next. I'm always very frugal with my money. I don't really like being in debt or have $10 in my bank account. It creates a lot of anxiety and unnecessary worry. I didn't have any desire to search for another office job, so it's exactly how my first business began. I kept asking myself what I can do instead, and I decided to come back to the only thing I knew how to do, and that I had a diploma in teaching foreign languages. I registered on some online teaching platforms, created social media accounts, created my first website, which looked horrible, by the way, as it was something I had never done before, and I couldn't really pay thousands of dollars for somebody else to do it for me. I did manage to find some students, but it was not enough. I still struggled every single day with creating content strategy to attract my potential clients. I had too many limiting beliefs about myself, about money, about the way I should build my business. I spent days being anxious and trapped into the negativity of my own thoughts and my mind. So as you can guess, I didn't have a lot of energy left to take action after spending days fighting with my own mind and fears. It was a lonely time sometimes, and when you don't believe in yourself, it's not possible to achieve anything. You don't really need to have somebody else to believe in yourself, but when you don't believe in yourself, trust yourself, and it's the only thing you need, you cannot really get out of your own head and start taking action. And when you don't learn how to deal with your unhelpful thoughts and start take action, nothing can really change, and you cannot really bring your vision to life. So after the month of spiraling down, I decided to hire somebody to help me. I hired a personal branding coach who helped me with my positioning, branding, and strategy. I thought that it was the main problem why I struggled so much. The whole concept of personal branding was quite new to me. I knew nothing about the business, how to run it, how to attract clients, or how to position myself. Having somebody to support me was very helpful. It helped me to feel less alone and helped me to keep going. It helped me to create more clarity on who I was and what I wanted. We created a brand new website and social media plan for my business. I started to be proactive and learn about business, social media, marketing, website design, and how I can leverage all these skills to grow and to expand my language teaching business. After I finished working with this coach, everything was set up and ready, but I still felt like something was missing, something didn't feel quite right, but I was trying to convince myself that it will pass. But now I know that when you try to convince yourself to do something, most likely it's not what you should be doing. I still kept dealing with a lot of limiting beliefs and fears. It was very hard for me to take action. One day I caught myself on the thought that I don't really enjoy teaching and that it doesn't bring me joy anymore, but I didn't really know what else I can do. I created a box and put myself in it. I resisted this feeling. I didn't want to make any other changes. I didn't know how to listen to myself. I didn't trust myself enough to take that first step into the unknown. I believed that I can only teach because I had a diploma and some experience in this field. I was afraid and felt lost once again. So at some point, I decided to let go of all shoots and obligations and started to create more content about self-development and my own struggles. I had so much fun and enjoyed doing it. It helped me to reconnect more to myself. During this time, I found many people who resonated with me and my journey. I grew my social media more and started to connect with like-minded people. Even though I was lost, I kept taking action and started to actually believe that I can figure everything out. Even though coaches can show you the direction sometimes, they cannot do the work at your place and provide you with all the answers. It's you who should do the work, and it might take you years to do it. But don't get discouraged. See it as a self-discovery journey. It's exactly why you need to have quiet times, free from all the distractions, expectations, and shoots, and dive deep into yourself. Try new things, experiment, act on your creative ideas, create a vision for yourself, and have at least a part-time job that can support you while you're working on bringing your vision into life. You need to have some security and know no matter what happens with your creative project, you will always be able to take care of yourself and you will always be okay. It was the time I started to do a deep inner work. I started to meditate, went into the rabbit hole of self-development. I hired my first ever life coach. She was amazing, and during a very short period of time, she helped me a lot. I changed my perspective and the perception of reality and myself a lot. She helped me to understand more how our mind works and how it tricks us sometimes. We uncovered a lot of limiting beliefs, fears, and unhelpful thoughts that were holding me back for a very long time. So if you too feel lost and limited in everything you're trying to do, hiring somebody to actually help you to rewire your mind, the way you think, work through your blocks, and examine your beliefs on a deeper level is the best thing you can do for yourself. It can allow you to have more perspective, look at yourself from different angles, and make you believe that you are actually capable to do everything you want. As your state of mind influences everything, and most likely if you don't have the results you want to have, it's because of your own mind and its limitations. It's not because you don't do that trick or hack or follow that blueprint. When I started this work, I had no idea where it will lead me, and I'm still amazed, to be honest. I kept dig deeper and deeper into myself and what I want. I discovered my values, my strength, my zone of genius, started to feel more grounded of who I am. I started to feel more comfortable in my own skin and more comfortable being myself and expressing myself. I felt for the first time that I don't really need anybody else's permission to express myself, and that it's me who should lead me and others with the work I do. I took an amazing life purpose course at that time as well that helped me to do all this work and guided me. I took it very seriously. It was only $200, which is not a lot of money, but it was the best course I have ever taken. It's another reminder that you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on coaching to help you. You can find amazing affordable courses, programs, and seminars. It's how I ended up coming back to website design. I kept returning to it again and again, and it felt right somehow. I already had some knowledge and skills because I built my website, but I knew that I needed to work more on building my skills, work on real projects to see if it's really something I would like to pursue in the long term. It felt right, even though it was hard and I wasn't sure 100% of the time what I was doing. It's when it's so important to learn how to embrace the unknown and your own discomfort and be okay with it. I kept persisting on this path and found my several first website design projects through social media. The first ever client project I did was for free. It was a charity project, but I still appreciated a lot the opportunity and did my best because I wanted to deliver the best work possible. So if you too just starting out in the new field, you need sometimes to lower your expectations and work on developing your skills. Don't expect everything to be easy and effortless when you find the field that feels right. It's a hard emotional labor to learn new things and acquire new skills, and you should be ready for that. Don't judge yourself too much and keep going. You will become better. It's important at the same time that you enjoy what you do and that you are ready to work a little bit more sometimes. It will get easier with time, I can promise you that. You will get experience and gain more confidence, but if you don't do the real work and just imagine things in your head, you cannot really build your skills find your own style and the way of doing things, and understand whether you actually enjoy it. It was quite a long story, but I wanted you to see that life is complex and that there is no right answers or blueprints of how you're supposed to find your life purpose. It looks very different for everybody, but if you take conscious steps and keep digging deeper to uncover your authentic self, let it guide you, you will find what you're searching for. Even when you find what feels right, you will still feel lost, feel like you have no idea what you're doing, feel uncomfortable trying new things, learning new skills, expanding yourself and what is possible for you. But all this is a part of the process. Through this process, you will grow, gain confidence, expand yourself, and you will be amazed where this journey might take you in 5 years if you persist. The problem of many people is that they give up too fast. They put too much pressure on themselves to succeed right away, but it's not something you figure out in several months or even 1 year. You should be ready for that. Be patient, be open, be flexible, don't judge yourself too harsh, and keep going. And you won't have another choice but to succeed. Even if your life purpose might evolve and change, it's okay. It's okay to change and evolve. Don't be rigid and cling to how everything is supposed to be. Every failure will bring you closer to success. You need to start failing faster. Act on your ideas right away instead of waiting for years to take action. Remember, every experience, even challenging ones, offer valuable insights. Your unique qualities are your greatest assets. Don't underestimate them. Overcoming limiting beliefs is crucial for your personal and professional growth. It's okay to evolve and change your path as you discover more about yourself. Do not put yourself into the box. What you can do today to start creating your authentic career path, you might ask? Well, there are several things you can try to do. Reflect on your past experiences and identify patterns of what energizes you. Make a list of your unique skills and consider how they could apply to new fields. Get very clear on your values and journal about them constantly. Challenge one limiting belief this week and take a step outside of your comfort zone. Remember, persistence is a key. Keep exploring, keep growing, and trust the process. Your authentic career path is waiting for you to be discovered. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. I'd love to hear about your career adventures. Reach out and share your story. Until the next time, bye!